All right, how about a 3i Atlas story? Always want to discuss 3i Atlas whenever I have an opportunity to. I am fascinated by it. I want to see what's going on with it. What in the world is it? NASA says it's a comet. They go, how do you know? They go, because we said so. But how can you tell? Next question. So they don't know what the hell's going on. NASA. NASA's starting to turn into Arrow. But now there's a lot of people who think it's a, whatever it might be, whether it is a meteor, whether it is a comet, well, who knows? I'll tell you somebody who doesn't think that, and that's Tim Burchett. So check this tweet out. All right, thank you to UAP Reporting Center for posting this one. This is a screenshot of Gracie Numbas, who writes, hey, Tim Burchett and Brandon Fugel. You'll know a thing or two about cosmic weirdness. There's NASA's new pictures of 3i Atlas, to which Tim Burchett writes, that is no comet or meteorite. This kind of drives me nuts, though, I'll be honest. And not because he wrote that. He's allowed to write that. Because he probably doesn't think, I mean, maybe, again, he probably speaks to Avi Loeb. But it's these short kind of things. It's like, okay, you don't think it is. It's not a comet or meteor, whatever. Well, what do you think it is? It's not this and not this. I'm pretty sure it's this. Go big. If you're, go big at that point. If you think you know what it is, let's get into it. And how do you know that? How do you know that? Is it because you're speaking to Avi Loeb? Like you're in that kind of position of power there where people are listening to what you're saying. Well, what is it? I happen to think, NASA. NASA. I hate that this has happened because Arrow is just seems very dishonest. NASA just seems dishonest now. And when you're growing up as a kid, you feel like NASA's like it's NASA. Like the highly revered space program and it just, even from when there was the interview from the one guy calling him David Grush and didn't know who he was and said, oh, that's the guy that heard the thing from his friend. And it's like, no, you imbecile. It's you listen, no one's telling you to believe what the guy's saying, but know what you're talking about. You're the head of NASA and you're asking questions. Someone asks you questions about someone who's saying that there's potential non-human bodies and NASA should be, if you're the head of NASA, how are you not glued into that hearing? How are you not at that hearing? Grush, is that the guy who heard from his friend's grandmother who bought him a steak last week and then I don't know, took him to the movies to see Lassie? What are you talking about? That's nonsense. Nonsense. Lassie hasn't been in the theater in years. But this is, to me, another one of those things. It's like, okay, we don't know what it is. We don't know that it's non-human, that you got the remote viewing guy who says that there's there's an army on the ship coming in. You got people who are talking about fake invasions and all that shit. I mean, people run rampant with imagination. Now, here's the other thing. It could very well be a comet or meteorite. Very well could be. There's just, once again, if it's the drones, they don't tell us jack shit until there's enough people asking questions. There's still not enough people asking questions about this thing. There are a lot of people asking questions, but there's not enough people asking questions. So whether it is or isn't a meteorite, comet, something else, I don't know. But it's interesting to see who is chiming in on this. And the good news about this one, as opposed to the other stuff, right? Like when it comes to reverse engineering, when it comes to all these other things that we have on this planet, we could be on the runaround forever and never get a true answer because they can hide it for us for as long as they want. It really is the truth of it. Unless there's, as I mentioned, in yesterday's video, that you could get somebody with some money to fight for to actually push about the truth, and maybe that happens. But the difference here is some floats over right past us, and it ain't a meteorite or comet, and we know clear as day. They're not covering that up. It's like, all right, cat's out of the bag. And if you're telling me that NASA doesn't know what it is, that we don't have the technology to find out what's really going on. I don't buy it. But maybe we do. And maybe that's why they're saying what it is. I don't know. It's interesting though. But Tim Burchett saying it's not a comet, not a meteorite. Well, what is it, Tim? You got to follow that up. And who knows? Did Brandon Fugel ever write back on that one either? What'd he say? What are they all saying? Is anybody saying anything? Who knows? All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for joining us this entire week on the channel. I appreciate you very much. Subscribe to the channel, click like, comment, do all that, and we'll see you on the flip side. All right. Bye.
You know, as you get older, you go, man, it's not as easy as it used to be. And there's a lot of different things. For me, it's the gym. I have energy, but I don't know the energy I did when I was younger. And you got to keep up with your diet. And you're like, hey, I've been doing so good with my diet and everything. I'm still kind of not getting those results that I want. And you can crash out real quick and your energy kind of falls. And you're like, what is going on? Man, you know, 35 years old. You're going, wait, what's going on? You know, doctors will say that TRT, yeah, it's easy, man. Just come on in. Weekly shots, rest of your life. Cool. And you really, if you look into it, you say, oh, this is what I'm signing up for. It's basically, I think it's like $3,000 a year. And you shut down your body's natural production like forever. That's it. That's scary as hell. So what if you want to have kids? How about that? Mars Men came to me. And I think it's better than TRT, to be honest. It gives you the same benefits of optimized testosterone. There's energy, there's strength, there's focus, and it doesn't shut your body down. There's no synthetics, there's no needles, there's no dependency. It's crazy. It's like hitting the reset button on your hormone factory instead of just shutting it all down. So it's great because the shots, not for me. Not for me. I finally found something that gives me benefits without the scary long-term stuff. So I feel great. A lot of energy now. It helps at the gym tremendously, and more weight, better focus. For me, it's a steady drives all day. It's not the quick spike you get from like coffee or injections. It's made in the USA and it's third-party tested. It is also, which is great, there's a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's no risk. And the worst case is if you don't actually really love it, you say, this isn't working. You get your money back. But over 91% of users report high energy levels. That's thousands of guys that are feeling incredible results. You can check out the reviews, by the way, if you want to just go to the website. There you go. Now, for a limited time, our listeners will get 60% off for life and 2 free gifts, but you got to use that code DTE at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com. You got to use that code DTE at checkout. After your purchase, they're going to say, hey, where'd you hear about us? Please support DTE and tell them that we sent you.